Brazil's unique culture. Brazil is its own culture region. It is the fifth largest country in the world in size and population. Portuguese, African, Tupi, and other American Indian peoples have blended their cultures into one that is distinctive and uniquely Brazil's. Population. Brazil has more than 200 million people. It is by far South America's most populous country, with 4 times as many people as the next largest, Colombia. About half of Brazil's people are of African or partial African descent. American Indians are a smaller share of the population than in Bolivia, Ecuador, or Peru. International mix. Portuguese settlers brought their language and Roman Catholic religion. They established the government and laws. Their European ideas about architecture, art, music, and clothing affected Brazilian society from the start of the colony. But Brazil was far from Europe, and its African heritage was strong. Around 6 million enslaved Africans were brought to Brazil over 3 centuries. They strongly influenced Brazilian culture. There were fewer Brazilian Indians, but they had a strong influence as well. Some Brazilians are descendants of millions of immigrants from Europe and Asia who came to Brazil in the 1800s and 1900s. These newcomers, whether from Japan, Italy, Russia, or elsewhere, brought their customs and languages with them. More recent immigrants from Middle Eastern countries also add to Brazil's cultural diversity. Brazil's constitution protects Brazilian Indians' right to their land. One people, the Manduruku, used that protection to challenge a planned dam that would have forced them to move from their home. In 2016, the government decided not to build the dam. Primary source. This is very important for us. Now, we will continue to fight against other dams in our river. Arnaldo Caba Manduruku, General Chief. Amazon Watch. Language and culture. Brazil's language is Portuguese. It differs from the version of the language spoken in Portugal. Some of the differences are in the way words are pronounced. Others are in what words are used to label or describe things. The works of famous Brazilian writers are translated and read throughout the world. Today's young Brazilian writers join a lively popular culture in writing, music, and film. The film industry, based in São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, receives support from the government. Brazil is also a major producer of telenovelas. These are long serial dramas made for television, similar to soap operas. Tens of millions of people watch these shows every night. For hundreds of years, Brazilian musicians have blended and invented styles from many ethnic groups. There are dozens of styles today. Samba, one of the most famous, has its roots in African dance rhythms. Samba is performed in elaborate parades with costumed dancers, drummers, singers, and floats during Carnival. Millions of people take part in this religious celebration before Lent, which is the Christian period of fasting before Easter. Brazil has the largest Catholic population in the world, and Rio's Carnival is famous. Preparations for its samba competitions begin months before. Sports. Brazilians play many sports, but soccer is sometimes called a way of life for Brazilians. People of all ages play the sport in local neighborhoods all over the country. Professional matches attract enthusiastic fans. Brazil's national team has won the International World Cup soccer competition several times. Reading check. Identify main